everybody exactly what is happening in our community. We inspire others to achieve great things. And so Calypsonians have a very pertinent role in our society. And we encourage them to continue to promote the art form. Now the art form in Nevis continues to grow. This year we have 25 Calypsonians who would have registered. Of that 25, we eliminated some 11 perhaps over at the eliminations. And we are now down to 7 after we had the semi-finals. And that 7 is supposed to be the creme de la creme. Those persons who have performed the best, who have rendered the best songs, and who, according to our adjudicators, are deserving of competing in the finals. Now the finals is slated for Saturday the 3rd of August at 9 p.m. sharp, and we expect to start the show on time and to run it on time. 2 rounds per Calypsonian, each person performing one song per round, and we expect that competition to continue to be as keen as it has been throughout the other stages. Now, Calypso promotion is very costly, and Calypsonians themselves can attest to that fact. They have to spend money to create the songs, they have to spend money to create the actual recording that is performed, that you hear on the radio, and then to put their promotion together, their presentation that they're going to have on the stage and all that. It costs money. It also costs the committee money to prepare for Culturama and to reward the Calypsonians for their efforts. This year the prizes are King, $15,000, first runner-up, $11,000, second runner-up, $9,000. And those persons who have participated, who would have participated in the finals and would not have placed, will be getting $4,500. The finalists will get some assistance with their preparation for the show, $1,200 each. And those persons who would have participated in the semi-finals and did not make it onto the finals, they will each get $1,500. And then those persons who have participated in the eliminations and did not go on to the semi-finals, they will each get $750. So as you can see, it's a very costly undertaking, but it's a worthwhile undertaking so that we can continue the traditions and the culture for here in Nevis. So again, welcome all to this very exciting and celebrating event. We wish everyone a festive Culturama 45. At this point, we call on our sponsor, Mr. Ernie France of the TDC Group of Companies, to make some comments.
Thank you, Warren, and good afternoon to everyone.
Morning.
Good morning. Thank you, Eric. Mr. Chairman, with your permission, I'd like to adopt the protocol that you've already established, save and accept to single out the Honorable Eric Evelyn, Minister with responsibility for culture. I also see here, of course, the Permanent Secretary, Keith Glasgow, and I see in the back Jerome Rollins. Jerome, you're the Executive Director of the Nevis Cultural Development Foundation, so we recognize you as well. Everyone else who are here, I wish to say a very special welcome, and it is a pleasure, as usual, to be here. Our association with the Calypso Show extends over, I think now, well over 10 years. I think we have focused our sponsorship on the Calypso Show for the last 10, 12 years, I think. But the interesting thing is our sponsorship and donations towards the best summer lime in the Caribbean is as old as Culturama. Culturama is C45 this year, and TDC has been associated with Culturama for 45 years. And so we continue to be associated with the events for Culturama, and as I said, now the Calypso Show in particular. Warren indicated some prize monies and so on a while ago. That should give you an indication of the kind of monies that we would have spent over the last 45 years. So it's a significant contribution. We can only continue to do that, however, with the support of our patrons who continue to support us at TDC year after year. And so we say thank you to all our patrons for their contributions and support. We hope that you will continue to support the TDC group as we continue to sponsor Culturama and continue to move from strength to strength. Very heartening for me a while ago was to hear Warren say that we started the festivity, the Calypso segment of the Culturama activities with about 25 Calypsonians. To me, that is a significant feat, and you all need to give yourself a round of applause. I say congratulations to all the finalists who are here today. We have moved that number from 25 down to 8. And so we have had to eliminate some persons along the way. But I encourage those persons to continue to try hard every year. And I'm sure they will at some point get into the finals as well. I think though, that number, 25, speaks loudly to the art form in Nevis. This very important art form, which is a part of our cultural celebrations every year. You start with 25 Calypsonians and then you eliminate a number of them and you get down to 7. But I think that's a very encouraging figure. I would like to see that 25 go to 35 and maybe 45. Because I think the more people who are involved, the higher the standard of Calypsonians you will get, the more professional people will get, and so on. And so I think that is good, and we are prepared and willing to support the art form, support workshops, training for judges, for Calypsonians, so that the art form continues to grow. And so the Culturama committee can rely on our support for that kind of involvement. And so again, I say thanks to the Culturama committee for this continued opportunity every year to be associated with the Calypso show. As Warren indicated, it is a spectacular event, probably the biggest event on the calendar of events for Culturama every year. If it doesn't bring out the biggest crowd, it certainly must bring out close to the biggest crowds. It is definitely the most talked about event, and so I encourage each and every one of you to continue to sing calypsos. It is a very important aspect of our cultural celebration. It is an important aspect of life in Nevis. To hear what's happening, as Warren said, and you guys have a great role to play. So I encourage you to continue to sing calypso. Give it your best shot. I congratulate each and every one of you on being in the finals, and continue to count on our support over the years as we continue to support Culturama. I want to wish finally each and every participant in the Culturama events this year a very successful Culturama, whatever event that you'll be participating in. I wish you every success. To the participants who will be attending the shows and witnessing the various events and so on, I wish everyone a very safe and happy Culturama from all of us at TDC. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Franz. At this point, we are going to ask the Minister to come forward to receive the check, the symbolic check. Sponsorship by the TDC Group of Companies to Culturama 45.
Good day again, Minister Evelyn. It gives me great pleasure at this time to hand over this check to you for the going primarily towards the Calypso show. Our contribution every year is in two forms: the cash donation, and there's also donation in kind. And so those in-kind donations are in the forms of gifts and prizes for the various participants and so on. Our sponsorship this year will run somewhere in the area of about $30,000, and so we take great pride now in handing this check over to you, and I'm sure it will bring some success, and I hope that it will also provide some impetus to the Calypsonians to give up their best performance on the evening. Remember, there'll be lots of people looking at you, and may the best man at the end of the night win.
Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. Let me recognize, I know the protocol has been established, let me recognize my permanent secretary, Mr. Glasgow, and Mr. France from TDC. Anyone else here from the Culture Department, NCDF, and of course the committee and the Calypsonians. I want to say a special good morning to all. Let me take this opportunity to say a very hearty thank you to TDC for once again being our partner in the hosting of Culturama. Culturama 45, this is a milestone year for us, and we're indeed delighted that TDC has seen it fit once again to be our partner in the hosting of the TDC Senior Calypso Competition. Of course, as you would have heard, TDC has been with Culturama for its full 45 years. And it has been sponsoring the Calypso competition for over 10 years, I understand. So TDC has definitely been living up to its responsibility as a good corporate citizen. And I must say that TDC not only gives to Culturama, but it gives to a number of other activities that are hosted on the island of Nevis, and of course in St. Kitts as well. And I want to say kudos to TDC. I want to say a very hearty thank you to Mr. France, and I want you to take our gratitude back to all of your directors at TDC, and just let them know how grateful we are at the Nevis Island administration, and of course from Culturama in particular, for this very generous donation. Of course, I would have listened very keenly to the prize monies that will be paid out, and it does seem like it's quite a bit of sponsorship, quite a bit of funds that are being given by TDC for this venture. We are indeed delighted. We cannot host Culturama by ourselves. It's a very expensive undertaking. And so when we have generous donors and generous partners like TDC, we must be grateful. And we will of course encourage TDC to continue to be a part of the Caribbean's greatest sound line. And in the same vein, I would go as far to encourage members of the general public to continue to support TDC. You realize when you support TDC, you are indirectly supporting Culturama. I want to turn very quickly to the Calypsonians, and let me say a very hearty congratulations to all of the finalists. I was at the event last year, the similar event for the handing over, and I'm not sure if all of the finalists were there, but I looked around and I noticed that all of the finalists are here. Am I correct? And I also see the defending king who is here as well. So all of the finalists are here, the defending king is here. That is an indication that our finalists and our king, they are ready to give our public in Nevis the show of a lifetime. Calypso is something that is close to my heart. Calypso is something that I love. And I will be waiting with bated breath to the final night. Now, it has been a journey for all of you to reach the finals. And it has been a lot of work for most of you, I know. So I really want to congratulate you heartily. Now, last year, I would have promised the Luncheon public and residents and visitors the best ever Culturama for Culturama 45. I think we are off to a fabulous start. So far, the events that we've had, they're living up, and I don't think persons have been disappointed in any way in any of the activities that we have hosted for the festival. And so far, I think we are off to a flying start in ensuring that C45 is the best ever Culturama festival hosted on the island of Nevis. Now you as the Calypsonians, you have to fall in line, and you have to ensure that you give the public that will be coming out to support you on the final night the best ever and the most keenly competed Calypso competition in the 45-year history of the festival. I have listened to the Calypsonians, I've listened to the songs, and I must say that I'm impressed. I think that the standard is quite high this year, and I am confident that the competition will be tight, it will be keen, and at the end of the night, only one person will wear that coveted crown. I want to wish all of you the very best on the night of the competition. And as Mr. France would have indicated, after every competition, there will be the refrain, they cheat. I just want to encourage you, because everybody, all of the Calypsonians will believe that they have performed to their best and they should win. We normally have a panel of adjudicators, and whatever the adjudicators say, we have to try abide and by and respect that decision. I am happy that 25 Calypsonians would have decided to take part this year. And I'm extra happy. Why? Because last year, when the competition was completed, several Calypsonians said to me that they would not compete again. I am happy that I was able to convince at least 3 of them to come back in the competition this year. So I am delighted. And one of the 3 that I was able to convince is in the finals this year. So I'm very delighted that I was able to convince some to come back, even though they said they were not coming back. I want to encourage you, because once you love the art form, irrespective of the decision that comes, we expect you to come back year after year after year. I see some very consistent Calypsonians here, and of course it's being led by the reigning king, who has been going for how many years, this and that? 44 out of 45. And I know he feels cheated many years as well, but he keeps coming back. So I want to encourage our Calypsonians, those who are here, the finalists, as well as all of the other Calypsonians, whether you feel cheated or not, if you love the art form, you will continue. And so I want to wish all of you the very best, and I want to say that I'm confident that this year will be our best competition, which falls in line with the best ever Culturama ever being hosted on the island of Nevis. Once again, TDC, thank you so very much. May God continue to bless your institution. May you continue to support Culturama. And once again, Calypsonians, the very best on final night. And let me, of course, take this opportunity to wish all visions, residents, visitors, all who will be reveling a very happy and safe Culturama 45. Remember, it's love, passion, pride, Culturama 45. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister Eric Evelyn. Thank you also to our sponsor, TDC Group of Companies. At this stage, we are now going to have the drawing of the order of appearance. I'm going to be assisted by one of the members of our committee. Our subcommittee is made up of Ms. Antonia Mills, Mr. Lester Prentice, Mr. Livingston Libert, and myself, Warren Moving. So we're now going to have the drawing. Each of the Calypsonians is going to come up and they're going to pick one of the numbers from the glass bowl, and we're going to record that number, and that Calypsonian is going to sign on the sheet to indicate that's the number that they would have selected. First up, we're going to call on Astro.
Why? Why this tight up for?
Seal down below.
Number one look like. So said so done.
Always like the position.
King Astro, number 1.
Seal number one boy.
Next up, Hollywood.
Like the position boy. That doesn't mean they go win this of course.
Yeah, this is the wrong controller. Yeah, making a draw.
Okay, I'm not sure if you bring any of them over.
Five.
King Hollywood, number 5.
I respect.
Ali.
Black Hat.
Think it's four. Very good.
It's pushing in your head.
It look like 9. Where's the king? 7.
Black Hat, number 7. Nazi. Number 8. Nazi. Murray. Number 4, Murray. Irwin.
Johnny will be winding at number 2.
Number 2, Irwin. Suki. Number 6, Suki. And the king, this and that. Number 3. So the order of appearance on the finals: number 1, Oscar Brown, which is Astro. Number 2, Kirtley Owen Morton, which is King Owen. Number 3, Keith Scarborough, King This and That. Number 4, Andrew Hendrickson, Moray. Number 5, Andrew Nisbet, Hollywood. Number 6, Shamari Mitchell, Suki. Number 7, Hesketh Wade, Black Hat. And the number 8, Burnett Thompson, Nutsy. That's the order of appearance for finals on the 3rd of August. We now call on the king to make some brief remarks. King This and That.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to establish the protocol. Well, not establish, but adopt the protocol that has been established thus far. I want to start by saying a special thank you to the chairman of Calypso. For years, we have had several different chairpersons, and Warren, I understand, only became chairman by accident, because he normally chairs the Youth Calypso section. But I love this accident. I think Warren has done a remarkable job as chairman of Calypso. I want to thank the sponsors, TDC, for sticking with us. Oh, he keeps sticking with us. That's why he's the money a little more. Thank you very much, TDC, for sponsoring the Calypso show year after year after year. We really appreciate it. To my fellow Calypsonians, I want to wish you all the best on Saturday night. We are all competing, but only one will come king. But look at it this way. There was 25, and you made the top 7. So you are at the top already. We are now competing for the top. That is always a tight competition. You got to fight hard, you got to work hard, and of course, at the end of the night, the judges will decide who deserves to be the king. And like the Honorable Eric Evelyn said earlier, somebody always being cheap. But if you love the Calypso, you will keep coming year after year after year. Because that's why I come. When I sing each year, there are times when I don't make a place. But it doesn't bother me at all. I get prepared for the following year. So I want to encourage my colleagues to do the same. I know we all want to win, but you go, you do your best, and what the judges say, they say. Just respect that and just move on to the next year. Okay? So I want to wish you all the best. It's going to be tight. You know the king ain't going to be sleeping. But do your thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you. At this point now, we're going to hand over that support that we had to give to the Calypsonians. Of course, as we indicated earlier, the Calypsonians would have expended some amounts to get themselves ready up to this point, and the Culturama committee wishes to assist them with those expenses that they would have incurred or will incur in preparation for the finals. We call on Mr. Oscar Brown, Astro.
Let's hope that the only one you give us. It's not a hope no, it's a beyond hope no.
Mr. Andrew Nisbet, Hollywood. Hesketh Wade, Black Hat.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks.
Bernard Thompson, Nazi. Andrew Hendrickson, Maury. Curtly Morton, Irwin. Mari Mitchell, Suki. And Keith Scarborough in December. Want to wish all the Calypsonians all the best in the finals. We'll be having 7 adjudicators for that phase of the competition. And as I would have indicated earlier, we expect it to be a very keenly contested competition, and we wish the best Calypsonian would win. I want to thank everyone who would have participated in this brief ceremony. We are now going to partake of a very sumptuous meal, and I want to thank you all for your contribution that you have made to this, not only to this event, but to Culturama over the number of years. And we want to wish you all the very best for Culturama 45. Thank you very much.
You don't want to miss this, but I know. till morning. It's practically sweating. The big jam session. Music candle. Yeah, 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 yeah. This festival that is having sweet ways. That is the vibe coming from a tourist. The minds are fighting what that she would ways. Such a chocolate love and we peace. We should be my favor. The long jam is super. And then one parade. The culture on display. This culture for our reputation. It gives you joy and inspiration. To moon and some joy is celebration. 45 years of satisfaction. Come on. I said come on. Sentiments and sweet. Like the atmosphere, interfere with the brain, cause that is all I hear. With the words spreading, temperature rising for sure. Joe is combined and dancing, I hear.